Hey Gagan, can you hear me? I can see your messages. Can you hear me? Okay, go ahead with the question, man. Thanks for joining. Where are you located right now? Canada? You're from India. I know that. Are you located in India or right now in India? It's almost what 11 a.m. 11 p.m. there, right? Okay, good. What's your question? And you can invite your friends if you want. We can have a discussion here. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. Your wife has created your express entry profile. Okay, good. Scored 360. Not bad. Okay, Gagan. Can she apply for Alberta? Okay. So, first thing that you need to understand for Alberta is that there are few streams in Alberta. Okay. If you are not already working in Alberta, then you cannot apply for a scheme called AOS or Alberta Opportunity Stream. But you can apply under Tech Pathway. So that is one option if you want to apply. The other option is to create your Express Entry profile and wait for Alberta to pick up. So there are these two real options. Okay. So the first option, okay, okay. Software developer. So her NOC is what? 2173? 2173, yeah. Yeah, 2173 is a pretty common NOC for software developers. Uh, I would say if she has a job in Canada, like if she can find a job in Alberta, she can apply for a tech pathway. That's okay. 2173, 2171. I don't think that's a much of a concern. Uh, she can surely apply for tech pathway, but for that there are few conditions. Like she needs to, like, you have a score of 300, so that is one of the conditions. Apart from that, there are conditions like you need to have a job offer in Canada. Oh, very hard to find job offer. Yes, that's true. um, is she working in an IT company in India? If she is working in an IT company in India, uh, cannot can you guys not check if the company can transfer you to Canada? So if it's possible, if they can, Accenture, oh, Accenture, they can transfer her to Canada, right? If that's possible, I think that's the safest way of getting a job offer here in Canada. You can just apply for a transfer, for an intercompany transfer and things like that, and get a work permit. So that way you guys can come to Canada. That's okay. 3 year, like, Accenture is a good company. Uh, I don't think that's a problem there, but you can check with your company with whether if there is an option of getting a transfer to Canada. I'm sure they have office everywhere in the world. Toronto, you have? Okay. Check with the company. I would say check with the company. They are the best judge. Tell them that you want to migrate to Canada, to Alberta, and what are the options they can work out. There are multiple options that can be worked out. See, ideally, they need a place of business in Alberta. Okay, so as long as the company, but she said company can't. Okay, company can't means company can't or company won't. Company surely can. Um, it's that it could be that they won't transfer, but they can transfer. Like I don't. I think you mean the company won't. Okay, that's okay, man. It's nothing to do with that. See, if a company won't, then then it's a then it's a real problem. But if a company, like, if there is a reason they are not doing it, maybe you can work with your company. So that's the best way. Otherwise, try LinkedIn, Indeed. There are many platforms which can help you find a job here. It will take time. It's not easy for sure, but it's easier. Like, that's the only option, that's the only real option you have. Or wait in the pool, or just create your profile and wait in the pool. But I'm sure that 2173 is pretty much is very common, of a NOC. I'm not sure if 2173 will be picked up automatically by Alberta. So it all depends on who's the 2174. It's all similar, man. Like, I don't think 2173 2174 will make a big difference. To be like, that is my opinion. I don't think that is a problem. NOC code is not a problem. It's just that if you have to wait for Alberta to pick it up, it can take time, because then they will see what NOC is in demand at any particular point of time, and then they will kind of uh, respond. I think this is not a good time, right? I think there are many people who might be in office. I should be doing this in evening my time, right? For you, it's also late, right? For India, people is also pretty late. If I do it in the evening, then for India, it's early morning. Any other question, Gagan? For evening is good. Evening your time, right? Let me try. Let me try evening then. If nobody is joining, then I should try evening. What help? Help in finding job? F- I would say go for LinkedIn. Yeah, that's the only way. You have to network, man. I know it's difficult, but it's not impossible. Many people have done it, so you should be able to do it too. She said very hard. Yes, it is hard for outlanders to land a job offer. That is for sure. Because most of the companies, if they give you a job offer, they will want you to come and join immediately. Right. And that you can only do if you have a PR or a work permit or something like that. So it is difficult for sure. Okay. It is like if she's in Infosys, then it's a very high chance that she might be working on a work permit here, right, in Canada. So if she's working on a work permit here, then then that's a different story. Work permit are a easier way of getting here, I would say. Yeah, like they are correct. If they give you a job in Canada, it must be in Canada for sure. So that's a given. For Saskatchewan, I am not too sure about Saskatchewan, man. I have not worked on it that much. So Saskatchewan, I'm not too sure how they, what is the reason, but yes, I know that Saskatchewan is also very popular. Need license for 2173, like for software developer? I don't think so. Software developer needs. Let me check. Yes, 2173. Oh, that's true. Okay, that's something I I came to know for the first time. Thanks, Gagan. Okay, so 2173 needs a license. Okay. Uh huh. Okay. 217. It says 2173 and 2175. Okay. 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 Nice to know. Nice to know, man. Nice to know. So you guys are interested in Alberta only? Keep trying. I would say just keep trying any of the provinces. If you never know, you might just get lucky. See, tech jobs, all provinces and all cities have here. Like I don't think that there is a particular province preferable for tech jobs. To be very honest, like Alberta is mostly oil and gas, but still here people say there are a lot of tech jobs. And tech means not just like IT. Tech means various kind of technologies. Okay, so that is also you have to consider. It's not just that it's an IT related job. Even if you look into the NOC list for Alberta, there are a lot of a lot of non IT related jobs. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm not reading well. Yeah, so that's also one of the reasons. Did somebody join? No. Ontario is okay, but Ontario is tough. I would say I used to live in Ontario before coming to Alberta. So Ontario, I believe it's a bit rough. Not rough, like it's a bit tough. Their requirements are quite unique. So hello, Dibindu. How are you, sir? Good. Yes, Gagan. LinkedIn is a good hope. It's not. I would not say it's the only hope. It's a good hope. Try, keep finding. You will find something. So, Dibendu, you filed your NOI. Good, good man. You filed your NOI, paid the $500 fees, right? Okay, good. So in next few months, you will get the nomination. I'm sure. Yeah, yeah, you'll get it, man. Don't worry about that. You have worked hard for it. You will get through. Oh, this is my. This is not my office. This is a temporary. Like this is my common room. Oh, this is my common room. This is kind of a break area in my apartment. So I just come here to work. Thank you. Yeah, this is a nice place. Nice place. I can. I can work peacefully here. So I normally come to work here in the mornings. Any other question, Gagan? You have any questions? Okay, yeah, Divindu, go ahead with your question. The company is not registered, but the client has a client in Alberta. No, company has to be registered in Canada for sure. No, that company has to be registered in Canada for sure. So if a company is registered in Canada and it has a place of business in Alberta, it's okay. It's okay. Registered in Ontario, having a place of business in Alberta is fine. See, I told you in our calls also, right, that if no, the rules doesn't say that. Rule says it has to be registered in the province as per a provincial act or a federal act or anywhere in Canada. It has to be registered in Canada for sure. That is for sure. So if there is a company who just has a client in Alberta, is registered say in US, right? That will not work. So just a client is not important. It's like you have to register in Canada also. That's the main thing. Because that is what the rule said. Rules says that it has to be registered in Alberta. It can be registered in Alberta, in any province, or as per act of the federal or any federal act. Let me just show you. Any other question, Gagan? You have any questions? Not sure if you can see this here, but it says very clearly that it has to be registered for an Alberta employer that is registered, that is incorporated or registered under a province or under a federal statute. Oops. So that is the so that's the main crux of it. Trick on LinkedIn finding a job or trick? I would say it's a trick. Just be honest. I would say, yeah, just be honest and find a job. I would say if you are looking, the quickest thing is join a company in India which can transfer you to Canada under a closed work permit or any work permit, and that is the quickest way of coming here and kind of starting getting your leg in. So I wouldn't say it's a trick. I would say it's just being honest. And you also try other sites. Like there are many sites to find a job, like Indeed.com, Monster.com. There are multiple sites you can find. In LinkedIn, you can set a filter. I have seen that in LinkedIn, you can set up filter, and then you can. It will alert you every time there is a job posted. Which is better, Calgary or Edmonton? I have not been. I've never been to Edmonton, babe, the Bindu. So I would not be able to say. But Calgary is good. Well, I like it. I live here, so yeah. How do you like Edmonton till now? Accenture have jobs in Canada, but you've already in Accenture that can't apply. Again, Gagan, what I told you is that like you can't apply directly for sure, right? But you can negotiate with your company to get you transferred. That's what I'm trying to explain you earlier. Also, it could be possible. There are many companies, not just your company Accenture, but many companies. Like most companies have jobs posted in their bulletin boards, and you cannot directly apply, right? Because you don't have any status. That I understand totally. But if they can start an internal process where they can apply for a work permit, then they can close that position internally. I see few more people joining. HR, uh, I would say manager. Yeah, HR is not that. HR is not that important here. It's managers. It's a manager. Like if the manager agrees, only then you can go ahead with HR and complete the process. So what do they ask in verification call for tech pathway when they call the company? So in that call, they will basically verify your reference letter. So when you have submitted your reference letter for tech pathway for your current job, they will verify that whatever you have stated in the letter, that is correct or not. So that's the minimum thing that they will check. Obviously they will verify your name, position, place of work, and all those things. But main thing is, yes, they will, like for example, you claimed under 2173 or 2174 or 0213, any NOC code, right? So they will try and understand for a manager what kind of work you are doing and whether it is justifying your NOC. So I have, in my experience, I think that's what they did. They almost took a 20 to 30 minutes interview of my manager. My manager was kind enough to give that much time to them. Any more questions? Shoheb Chogle. Hi, Shoheb. Thanks for joining. Where are you joining us from? Thanks, Devindu. Mumbai. Okay. Will they do this for all jobs? Have you already applied, Shoheb, for Tech Pathway? Okay. So that this question of verification comes after you apply for Tech Pathway, and they will call your current manager only. As per my experience, as per I have seen that they have only called current managers. They don't call uh, people randomly. So that was my experience. Yes. So once you apply, they will what they will do is they will look into your the latest job offer letter or the latest reference letter you have given, and then they will apply, and then they will call that manager. Are you guys able to hear me clearly, or should I use a mic? We use a mic. Oh, it's clear. Okay. Okay. Karen Argulis. Hey Karen, thanks for joining. Where are you joining us from? Philippines. Okay. Can you share possibility of getting a job offer as outlined applicant? This is what I was discussing in before you joined, Karen, with one of the participants here. There are multiple avenues of finding a job in Canada. Obviously, LinkedIn, Monster.com, all those websites are useful. So you can try that. Or depending on your situation, if your company can transfer you to Canada under a on a closed work permit, I think that's the safest way of finding a job. So I think that's one of the, obviously you have the restrictions of you cannot change jobs and you have the restrictions here, but that's one of the safest way of doing it, in my opinion. I came that way. There are many people here who came that way, gained experience, and then they applied for PR here. Arushni Jays. Hey, Arushni, where are you joining us from? From Sri Lanka. Okay, welcome. Arushni, yes, you can add. Yeah, you can make changes to the application after you get an ITA. That's okay. But before submitting your Express Entry profile. So you can add. You will lose few points once you change once you add a spouse, because adding a spouse would mean you lose on an average up to 40 points. So if you add at any point of time, they will recalculate your score. So that is how they do it. But I would say when you are doing PNP application, include your spouse in the PNP application at least. Any other question? Shohit Chugle, Mumbai. For PNP as well, do we need to add spouse? Yes, you can add spouse and kids to PNP application. It's basically your individual application, but you can always add them. Can I make the profile without my spouse? Like, it hardly matters, Aroshni. If at any point of time, if you add your spouse, it will they will recalculate your score. Okay, so there is no, if you have a spouse, I would say add the spouse. I think that's the safest way of doing it. If you both want to come here, otherwise what will happen is, you can go through the whole process alone, and then after you get your PR, you sponsor your spouse. Okay, but then that would mean that your spouse, you have that there will be additional waiting time for your spouse's PR. So that is a problem. So I usually don't, I will not recommend doing it separately, even if you're losing few points. But say for example you got a PNP through, right? So maybe uh, 600 points you're already getting it. So there is no real point of leaving out a spouse. And you never know, you can probably add your spouse, and uh, you can make some points out there also. So I will not suggest leaving out a spouse. You can make out a profile without your spouse, yes, but you will get a score without a spouse, and then when you add your spouse, the scores would be recalculated. Any other questions? For PNP, need job, all PNP. uh that's a big blanket question of all PNP. uh Most would, I would say, yes. See, job offer is a good thing to have if you are in Canada. It gives you 50 points in your federal score also. So it's not mandatory, like it's not like always mandatory, but it if it's better if you have it. We cannot sponsor recognition. That's what you mean. Am I would like to apply innovation, but well, you are asking two questions, Arushni. Spouse, I already answered. You can always add spouse before you submit your federal application, right? So after nomination, before application, yeah, you can always add that, because nomination is for you. Nomination is not for your spouse. Okay. And the second question is, I would like to apply ANP normal pathway, but no, there is no normal pathway. So I have a video there in my playlist. So under AINP or AIP now, there is a Journal Express entry stream. Okay. Under that General Express entry stream, there is a sub stream called a tech pathway. Now, under tech pathway, Alberta is giving you an option to apply. Okay. Under General Express entry stream, there is no way to apply. You can just wait for, you can just create your profile. If your profile has more than 300 points, if your profile is less than, has more than 3 months of expiry, they can pick up your profile, but that is not an application process, right? So if you want to apply to AINP, there are only few streams that are available. One is AOS, but if you are outside Canada, you cannot apply under AOS. You can apply under tech pathway, but on a tech pathway they have additional conditions of application, like you need a job offer. So there is no normal pathway, I would say. So can we create EOI without job offer? You can create a EOI, but in that EOI there is a question which they will ask is, do you have a job offer? So as soon as you submit your EOI, right, there is a question whether you have a job offer. You will have to say yes or no, and if you say no there, you will not get a NOI. So there is no point, Gagan, to be honest. There is no point of applying, of doing a EOI without a job offer. And how that will impact is basically you will not go to the next step of NOI. Other PNP, you mean other provinces? I am not too sure, man. 1241. What is 1241? NOC 1241. Let me check. 1241 administrative assistants. Okay. AIP. See, there are. Let me see. Huh? Let me just quickly open tech pathway form. Eligibility requirements. Tech pathway occupations. One two four one is not on tech pathway. They have human resource professionals, but not administrative assistants. Um, and is there any luck? You mean? Let me see. Any luck for 1211? One second, huh? Let me just check. View. Express entry. Express entry stream. Let me see after your normal. Hey, Pedro. Processing times. Let's see. Yeah. So if you see here, under AAIP, 1241 or administrative assistant is something which Alberta website says has a very high volume of applications. So these applications might take a lot of time. So what this basically means is that there are a lot of people who have applied Arushni under this particular NOC 1241, and if you apply under NOC 1241 or you are waiting in the pool under 1241, it can take much more time. So there is a very high volume. That's what the website says. Chances of getting developers from India, it's NOC 2173. 2173, yeah, 2173 is a very common NOC, Shoaib. Any chance of getting 2173 is again a very like it's a very common NOC. It's an NOC under tech pathway. 2173 is a NOC under tech pathway. So if you have a job offer, you can always apply under tech pathway. So that is faster. And chances of getting developers jobs directly from India, as I was explaining in the video earlier, it will depend a lot on your current company. If employer gives job offer, after that we have to spend money on any process. Yes. So once you have the job offer, you will create a EOI. EOI is free of cost. Okay. You will create a EOI. After you create a EOI, after you give all your details, what will happen is Alberta will send you a NOI. When you respond to that NOI, you will have to pay $500 Canadian dollars for their nomination. Okay, then they will take their time, review all your documents, and then come back with your nominations. So that's $500 for Alberta nomination. So if you're looking for, say, Alberta nomination, the total cost is only $500. And then obviously federal is a different fees. Once you get your ITA, you will have to apply for your your Federal Express entry. Or what about employer? He needs to also. Oh, employer doesn't need anything. Like just employer needs to confirm your job offer. So they will, when you give your job offer in say Alberta, they will call your employer or they will email your employer. If they are outside Canada, they will email your employer, and what they will do is they will get a kind of a feel whether the job offer is genuine, whether your work that you are doing is genuine. So that is what employer needs to do. It's only you. Like as I told you, nomination is only for you. Nomination is not for a family. Okay, so it's only one application. In one application, your name will be there, and then you will get a nomination. So it's only one application. It's and 500 CAD is only for Alberta. So only for them to check your application. It's kind of a premium processing where you are kind of giving a money to have a look at your profile. Let me see if this is any better. Is this any better with a mic, or was the earlier thing better? Good. Thank you. Thanks, Arushni. And I saw there is a question on LMIA. Don't worry about LMIA, guys. LMIA is something that your employer will file. Okay, you don't have to worry about LMIA. There are many jobs that doesn't need LMIA. Accenture has company in Alberta. Yeah, like if they are able to transfer you, it's the best. I would say that's the safest and that's the best option. Talk to them. If they can do that, it's a better option. Any other question, guys? Okay, I'll keep this stream on for a few more minutes. It's look like I'm almost an hour into the stream. If you guys don't have any question, we can always connect in the next stream. One of my friend faced bid hard while finding job offer from Alberta on 604 to apply tech pathway. Don't they have chances? You mean finding job outside, like while being outside Canada? Yes, it is tough. It is tough. I would totally agree. But don't give up hope. I would say try all the avenues you have. LinkedIn is there, monster.com is there, indeed.com is there. Um, try to get a transfer. I've been suggesting that to everybody. Any other questions, guys? I live in Calgary. Yes, Gagan. Valerie Osway. Hey, Valerie, where are you joining us from? From Nigeria. Thank you. Welcome. You have a question. Your NOC code have to match with your degree? Uh, yes and no. Uh, if you have done, if if your education is from Alberta, then yes. If you are on a PGWP, then yes. But if not, no. You're like educate. A degree doesn't have a NOC, right? The NOC is basically what kind of work you're doing. So you could be a engineer and working as a manager, right? So your engineering NOC and your managerial NOCs are different, right? So it really doesn't depend on that. It depends. NOC is your job, what kind of work you're doing, and degree is very specific, what kind of education you have. So yeah, those two are quite different. But yeah, there are certain scenarios where they have to match. Like I know that if you have a PGWP, then your NOC and your field of study should match. Roshni, for Alberta, how many monthly salary statements has to provide? I think they ask for a couple too. Some of Gagan is asking, some of NOC needs same field degree. Not some NOC, some kind of work permit. So, for example, if you are saying that you are working in Canada on PGWP, okay, so then what they will say is that if you are studying in Canada, then they need same degree and same NOC. So it doesn't depend on NOC. It depends on what kind of work you're doing. Okay. So, guys, it's almost been an hour. It was nice talking to you. Uh, it was nice talking to you guys. Thanks, Gagan. It was nice talking to you. Also, I will do one more session. I think I'll just change this time a bit so that it's more suitable to other people. I think there are a lot of people here working in Canada. So you're saying I can be working as a graphic designer and have a degree in communication studies, and that's fine, right? Well, if you are working as a graphic designer, like in your current job, and if your employer is okay with giving you a job with that, yeah, it could be fine. Like, Valerie, I think, did we discuss this on WhatsApp also? I remember there was somebody also with a similar profile. But yeah, if you're or not you, okay, okay, yeah. So if you are able to land a job with of a graphic designer with your communication degrees, Yeah, all the power to you. Nobody is going to question that. I'm an accountant by profession, but I'm a manager. I'm now a project manager. So it's totally different. I'm in IT right now, so it's totally different. Gagan, okay. So if you go to any of my videos, there is a WhatsApp link there, so you can join the WhatsApp. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. It was nice talking to you. We had people from India, from Nigeria, from Philippines. That's good. We are covering all the bases. From Sri Lanka. So yeah. Thank you everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Next live time, I will post on the WhatsApp group. So join the WhatsApp group. Uh, I will post the time on the WhatsApp group. Thanks, Arushni. Thanks, Debendo. Thanks, Valerie. See you next time.